Hi, I'm Tim Williams, lead litigation attorney here at the firm. In this segment, I like to talk about shoulder tendonitis. So generally speaking, where muscles attach to bone, they attach to bone through tendons. So the terminal end of the muscle itself is a tendon, and the tendon then attaches to the bone. So like any other body part, the shoulder has several tendons inside of it that are attaching all the muscles in and around the shoulder to the bones that are located at that same spot. What happens in some traumatic accidents, events, be that a fall, be that a car crash or some other event, where the shoulder is suddenly either forced into an awkward position or there's force applied to the shoulder itself as you're trying to resist that force. You can damage the muscles, that's called a sprain or a strain. You can also damage the tendons. Actually, a muscle damage alone is a strain, tendon damage is a sprain, and then tendonitis, which simply means inflammation of the tendons, can result as a product of a sprain or a strain. So to visualize this, what we'll do is we'll look at the shoulder model here, zoom it out a bit. You can see that that's a gentleman's shoulder, and this happens to be the left shoulder we're looking at. And we start taking away some of the layers. Now we're looking underneath the skin, and you can see there's a big muscle here, or that's what's called a deltoid. That's your outside shoulder muscle. But it all attaches all the way up along your clavicle. This is the, let's do this. That would be the collarbone or the clavicle. You can see there along that edge, your deltoid is actually attaching up to the clavicle itself. If you turn around to the backside, you can see it attaches also to the backside of your shoulder blade. And you have other muscles that are up underneath. Those are these ones here. That's part of your rotator cuff, and those go up underneath the deltoid and attach to various insertion points as well. So remove another layer, you can see some of those other smaller muscles that are under the deltoid and their attachment points. And remove a layer again, the same idea there. So it just keeps going down and drilling down more and more. And then finally, not that it's technically tendonitis, but you can also see here there's ligaments. Ligaments simply attach bone to bone. There's no muscle in between. So they're very much like tendons, but they don't have a muscle attachment. It's simply attachment of one bone to another. Those are called ligaments. And you can get, in addition to tendon damage, you can get ligament damage too, which feels an awful lot like tendonitis. I mean, these are soft tissue structures. They have nerves. They have a blood supply. And when they're injured, they swell. You feel pain. It's very similar to tendonitis. So all tendonitis means is, again, these attachment points. So we'll look at this one here, for example. The attachment points of the muscles, you see where it turns white there? This is the muscle where it's red, it turns white, that's actually the tendon. So the muscle kind of turns into the tendon, and the tendon itself attaches or secures the muscle to the bone. Tendonitis simply means that you've strained that portion of the attachment of the muscle area. It's now swollen, it's aggravated, and the doctors will try to excuse me, break that pain cycle. The problem with the pain cycle is that you have an injury like this where you have tendonitis. It causes swelling. The swelling causes pain. The pain causes additional swelling, which in turn causes pain. You get this cycle going forward. The doctors do their best to break that cycle, and they do it one of several ways. They do it through medication therapy. They do it through range of motion therapy. That's like physical therapy. Sometimes they'll order even acupuncture to alter the nerve response of those areas, and so they're actually, affecting those nerves, and so it lessens the brain sensitivity. The brain doesn't perceive the pain, and therefore it doesn't sort of order the swelling. And the idea there is, again, to break that cyclical swelling pain cycle. So those are some of the ways that tendonitis can be treated. That's generally the description of tendonitis. It's no joy. There's not a lot that can be done over and above medication and activity management, but thankfully and usually it does go away with time.
If you've been injured and need help, Dwyer Williams Cherkoss attorneys will get you the settlement you deserve. Experience gets results.